Good evening, everybody. My name is Jim. This is More Sunshine, Please, my Tuesday evening live stream. It is a great pleasure to be here. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm all right. I'm a little tired, but I'm all right. Back after a week off, a hiatus, if you will. If you remember, I was at Epcot a week ago, visiting D&G Explorers, among others, Bob and Ashley, and others, and had some fun. So I'll talk a little bit about that. I have something to eat as well, and a top 15 list, of course. But hang on, let's see. One moment. Well, let me just show you this. This is what I did, or this is who I was with a week ago, D&G Explorers. And I'm putting that up there because I wasn't ready for my show and I had to get ready, so now I'm back. Okay. But more on them in a little bit. Let's see who's here in the chat. Hey, that works. All right. Even when I take the smallest amount of time off, I get rusty and I forget things. Today's gold medalist, the first in the chat, Noah. Congratulations, Noah. Back where you belong. Our silver medalist, Keith, BDF, second. A great place to be. And third in the chat, Pepper Tree Villa. Thank you so much for being the first ones in the chat, everybody. Those just missing the medal stand, Uper Wisdom Videos, welcome in. Great to see you. Magic of the Mouse Radio also here. Welcome in. Rob Fuzz is here. Gotta find a way to do that quicker. Let's see. Michelle the Quilter. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Loved the ASMR video last week. Well, thank you. Yeah, in place of my live stream, I did a premiere. I had released an ASMR video, tongue-in-cheek. I thought it might be amusing to do that. When do we hear the second half of the book? I did read the end of the book. It's so long. It's just... Here it is. Just so much in there. I mean, it's a kid's book, but it's the whole movie. Oh, well. But thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, that was... so hopefully, and I know people enjoyed it. More on that in a little bit. Super Fluffy Yeti, welcome in. Great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Francisco, great to see you as always. Mom, welcome in. Hey, thanks for the box of goodies in the mail. D&G Explorers are here. Great to see you guys. And I can't wait for their show tomorrow. Hopefully they'll be talking about their trip. I want to know. They were at the Magic Kingdom on Friday, October 1st, which was the anniversary, the 50th anniversary of the Magic Kingdom. They were there. Candy Mom 15, Cynthia, great to see you. Catherine Wilby, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Thanks everybody for being here. As I had mentioned, I spent last week with Derek and Gregory. And this is a picture Derek took, and I asked him to send it to me so that I could show it on my show before they could show it on their show. Not really, but I just wanted it. Here we are on Test Track. Here we are at Space 220. This is the space-themed restaurant that just opened. And what was it, Monday? Was it this morning? Monday? I can't even remember. I released another hashtag shorts, YouTube short on where is it? Is it here? This is it. I'll just play it without sound. like that, I guess. This is it, and it's the YouTube Shorts are in the different aspect ratio because they want to more mimic TikTok, and the YouTube Shorts are a minute or less, and they're in that portrait aspect ratio, as you can see there, different than this aspect ratio. It's when you record it with your phone like that, as opposed to like that. Anyway, so we went there. Derek had made reservations for Space 220, and I was lucky and fortunate enough where they could add me to their reservation. So I had this opportunity to eat at this restaurant. I don't know if I'll ever go back to, because it is kind of pricey. It's pricier than my normal dinners, but it was a lot of fun. I'm glad I did it. But the atmosphere was really cool. The theme is that you're in a restaurant 220 miles above Earth, and you take a Disney elevator to get there. You don't see the elevator from the outside. It doesn't matter. Use your imagination. And the food is plated, so it's I'm not futuristic, but it's just different. I mean, it's not space food. It's Earth food. They're just having you in their restaurant above the Earth, I guess. Anyway. But as you could kind of see from my video, they have these windows where it appears you're looking out into space, and occasionally something will fly by, and that's kind of neat. It was a great experience, and thank you, Derek and Gregory, for letting me join you for that meal. It was awesome. I also was able to. That was the day I made a annual pass holder advance. What do they call it? Just a preview, advanced preview for the Remy's Ratatouille Adventure ride that's in the France Pavilion at Epcot, and I was able to do that day right after our meal. I went over there. I couldn't get anybody else on my reservation, but so that was unfortunate. But Derek and Gregory had been on that ride when they went to Disneyland Paris, so they had seen it, and it's the exact same ride except for some English dialogue in our version now, although they did retain a lot of the French dialogue in the ride as well. But so it's not like they were missing out on something. They had seen it years before. But I saw it for the first time, and it's cool. I think my family would like that. I think my daughter would enjoy that ride greatly. It's got the trackless ride system. It's just cool. I don't have a video of that. I just wanted to ride it and pay attention to everything around me. So I didn't spend time recording it or having my camera out or anything. And I was lucky enough to be able to ride it twice, actually. And the first time I rode it, I put on the 3D glasses because a lot of what you see are on 3D screens. So the glasses help, of course. And then the second time I rode it, it was suggested maybe do it without the glasses so you could see some other things. So the second time I rode it, I didn't wear the glasses, just for giggles. So that's what I did. So I rode it twice, which was very cool. And Danny, welcome in. Great to see you. I'm ignoring the chat. Sorry, I just looked up and saw Griswold Family Vacay here. Thanks for being here. Where was I? Oh, yeah, Epcot. So that was last Tuesday, a week ago today. And I didn't go live, but I had the ASMR premiere. And where is it? Can I Can I call it up? Just if you haven't seen it, I'll just play it without the audio or anything. What's the point of doing that? Audio is the whole point of doing that. Yeah, so I'm not going to do that. Check out my channel, ASMR. ASMR, if you're not familiar, is this. I don't even remember what it stands for. I'm not even going to try. But it's where people hear sounds that are either soothing, that sends chills up their spine, or makes the hair on their arms stand up, or gives them the shivers, and that's what they call ASMR, which is a relatively new term, and I don't think it's a medical term. I think somebody just made that up. I don't know much about ASMR. I know it's a genre of video that you can see on YouTube. And over a year ago, I looked up Disney ASMR to see if there was anything. And there may have been one thing on there, but it wasn't great, and it wasn't terribly Disney. But I thought, well, it might be fun to do a Disney-themed ASMR. So about a year ago, I had recorded that stuff for my video. And it just... I recorded so much, and it was intimidating to me to try to edit it down because I had recorded a lot, and just put in the stuff that was... Well, I wanted it to be an effective ASMR video, so I took out the stuff I didn't think that was good, or it was cringeworthy. I mean, I wanted it to be silly. I wanted to be silly in the video, and hopefully... people aren't watching it and are embarrassed for me. I was trying to be silly about it, but also be true to what ASMR, that response is. So yeah, I was trying to walk that line, but I really cared more about being silly than being effective. So, but people, the feedback has been very good, and it's been people have been enjoying it, so that's good. Margie Butcher, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Everybody, I have been ignoring the chat. I'm so sorry. Been flapping my gums here. Let's see. Let's do this. A few weeks ago, I started showcasing food items that I thought I've learned about, and maybe they're a better option food-wise. I've used these things to replace other things that I had been eating. These are healthier options. I've called the segment Jim's Weekly Food Recommendations. Donna Jaworski seasons greetings. Sebastian the Crab is also here. Welcome in. Steve, good to see you as well. Jim's Weekly Food Recommendations. Why did I say that again? Okay, so this week is a replacement for your normal tortilla chip. Normal tortilla chips, that's really hard to say. I gotta slow down and say it. They're made with coconut oil or canola oil, and these oils are not great for you. They're inflammatory. They're just... there's a better option, and this company has made it. This is, I don't know if you've seen these in the store. They're not new. They're new to me, though. Siete. These are grain-free tortilla chips. This one happens to be sea salt, and you can see there, they're made with 100% avocado oil, which is a better option for you. Let me just show you the ingredients, because it's, I'll just do it here. Well, that's backwards for me. Cassava flour, avocado oil, coconut flour, chia seed, and sea salt. That's it, folks. And they're good. I will say, though... Sorry. More ASMR. There we go. Just a snack. I'm going to eat one right now. So here's my eating music. Good stuff. I will say, though, for salsa, this is going to be great. But for nachos, if you make yourself a plate of nachos, which I have done, they will get soggy. So as opposed to like Tostitos or something like that. But if you're just going straight salsa and it's on the chip for 2 seconds and you're eating it, you're great. You're good to go. They're delicious, healthier option. This is the family. They say embarrassing family photo. That's the family that created this product. And they have a number of products now. But they started in 2009 and they just wanted a product that was like their grandma's product, but healthy. So they made a healthy line of tortilla chips. Now these are more expensive, a little bit, but you like Publix around here. They had them BOGO not too long ago. Anyway, that's this week's the food recommendation for everybody. Timothy Rainwaters, welcome in. Great to see you. Donna, avocado doesn't like you. That is sad. Pico de Gallo is better? They do have a dairy-free nacho chip, and they also have a taste of lime chip that I know of, and I know there are others. They also, I know Siete, that brand, they have a line of tortillas, and I'm sure they have other things. Anyway, but you saw how few ingredients are in there, and they're great. They're great chips, and better for you. Okay. Okay. So my mom's here. Mom, thank you. She sent a box of goodies this way. Some older items. One of the items she sent was an ice cream scoop that I know is probably older than me. But also in the box of stuff was some caramels or caramels, including this one, which I'm hoping is not older than me. But it's pumpkin spice season. I'm not familiar with Hammonds. I looked on the label and they're from Colorado. But it's time for a pumpkin spice caramel. I really like to say caramel. That's just me. But it feels soft. There isn't a whole lot that's pumpkin spice that I don't like. It used to be where I would say, "Oh, pumpkin spice beer? That's not." But then I'd have it, and it's great. It's great, and everything was like that. And I can't think of something right now that's pumpkin spice flavored that I don't enjoy. I haven't had everything, but so far, I'm still on the lookout. And then in a couple of weeks, I'll be on with Pepper Tree Villa, doing their Taste of Autumn or Taste of Fall or Taste of Halloween. Not quite sure what it's called, but I'm going to be on that show with them, and I can't wait. So, more eating music. Soft. Oh. That was great. Thank you for your indulgence. I know some of you tune in just to see me eat stuff on the show every week. Welcome into the Hitchhiking Bones. Great to see you. And Tina is here. Welcome in, Tina. That's good. That's I've had. Who makes the other pumpkin spice caramels? Is it Werther's? I can't remember, but those are very good. And this is good as well, but this one is a little bit more nutmeggy, which is good. And I could devour that right now. I'm not going to because it would take me 8 minutes. Oh. J&M Travels, great to see you. Thanks for being here. Not Brock's, it was Hammond's. Hammond's candy company, I guess. I was sent two. They're from Denver. HammondsCandies.com. Anyway, thanks, Mom. That was great. And I will devour the rest of that later. Okay, what's up? Let's get to my top 15 list. I know that October just began, but it is the Halloween season. And if you don't agree with that, if you think people start celebrating Halloween too early, well, you're wrong. It's fun. The whole month of October, it's just fun to celebrate Halloween. And it's a lot like the Christmas season. For me, I love the Christmas season more, I think, than I like Christmas Day. Do you know what I mean? So the month of October, where everybody's starting to put up their decorations and the Food Network showing their Baking Wars programming, and Disney Plus starts featuring their things on the what am I doing? Check my shirt. Anyway, what was I saying? Anyway, I think I like the Halloween season more than I like the actual day of Halloween. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but I'm like that with Christmas as well. And so as soon as October rolls around, that's when I get in the spirit. In the front yard, I've got last year. Was it last year? I think it was. I was at a Goodwill, and we found an LED Lightning Projector machine where it has 3 or 4 lights on it, and you can either stake it to the ground or I guess it folds out into a tripod, whatever you want to do. So you set that on the ground, you plug it in, and it projects on a wall or whatever. Lightning, and there's also audio, so you could hear the thunder as well. And I loved it so much, I went on to eBay and got another one. So that one was a little more expensive than the one I got at Goodwill. Anyway, those are those have been going for days now. I mean, they're on a timer, so they go from like 7 till 11. But I go out there and I watch them every day. I just love it. That's my favorite thing about October right now. My point is in saying all this, it's time for Halloween. So I thought today's top 15 list should be my top 15 Halloween facts. They're not mine. I got them from the internet. But I thought, well, 2 reasons I'm doing this today. It's October, and it's time. It's time to do this. And the second reason is I have an idea for another top 15 list. I'm just not ready for it. I don't have all the stuff I need. So maybe we'll do that next week. It has to do with candy. But so this week, I thought, well, I know what Halloween is, but do I really know what Halloween is? So we're going to get into it. So I've got some pictures here that are going to help me illustrate some of these facts, and hopefully you'll enjoy this. Simba 2 is here. Welcome in. Agreeing with me, the Halloween season is better than the holiday itself. Yeah, which is fine. Not that I don't like Halloween. It's just the build-up. It's a month-long celebration. And Christmas, it's even longer than that. The Christmas season, frankly, starts as soon as Halloween is over. And I learned that from Disney. But I agree with it. And the Christmas tree comes out of storage pretty soon after Halloween ends. Anyway, so let's get into this. So I've got my Halloween facts here, and I might breeze through this, and I might end before 8 o'clock. I can guarantee I will. But that's okay. I may not go the full hour. Hopefully you will understand. Okay, so let's go. Number 15. Here we go. Halloween originated from an ancient Celtic festival. The origins of Halloween date back 2,000 years to the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain. Have you heard of Samhain? I've seen the word. It's spelled like Sam Hain, but it's pronounced Samhain, I guess. Anyway, that was celebrated on October 31st, the eve of their new year, the Celtic people. This is according to the History Channel. The Celt, or is it Celts? I don't even know. Are they the Celts? Do you say Celtic, and then when you're referring to them, do you say the Celts? Or are they the Celts? Do they wear kilts? I don't know anymore. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to say Celts, because I think that's what it is. Anyway, back to this picture I found on Google. The Celts believed Samhain was a time when the wall between our world and the paranormal world was porous, and spirits could get through. Because of this belief, it was common for the Celts to wear costumes and masks during their festival to ward off or befuddle any evil spirits. So that's the origin of Halloween. How it morphed into what we have today, I may get into that in a little bit. Katie Mack, I see you there. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. All right, let's see. Hallmark Christmas movies start on Friday, October 22nd. That's cool. That's cool. Do they have any Halloween movies? There just aren't a lot of Halloween movies. Let me posit this. The Nightmare Before Christmas is really a Christmas movie, but because there are so many Christmas movies, that we lump this in with Halloween movies because there aren't a lot of family-friendly Halloween movies, or as many, perhaps. Plus, there are a lot of Halloween characters. I think it's both. Who cares? Whatever. What am I talking about anymore? There are a lot of Halloween movies, I guess. There's a lot of horror movies. There's a lot of slasher movies, I guess, which get lumped in. Anyway, what am I talking about? Let's go to number 14. All right. Where did I get this? Google. Number 14, trick-or-treating has been around for a long time. Versions of trick-or-treating have existed since medieval times. In the past, it was known as guising, where children and poor adults went around in costumes during Hallowmas, begging for food and money in exchange for songs or prayers. It was also called souling, which involved children going door to door on All Souls Day, which I believe is 2 days after Halloween that we know, like November 2nd. They go to door to door, offering prayers for residents' deceased loved ones in exchange for food. And I guess this is a depiction of guising or souling, I suppose. I'm not sure. I just Googled it and it came up. But it looked old, so I thought it'd be cool to show. So, trick-or-treating started with guising. I think that's how you say that. During is it an event? Hallowmas was something I came across. Not Halloween, not Christmas, but Hallowmas. Spelled like you think it is. Hallowmas. So, more origins of what we know now. It also says here, trick-or-treating was also inspired by a tradition called mumming. In the Middle Ages, people began practicing a tradition known as mumming. Let's say this is mumming, in which they dressed up as ghosts and demons and went door to door performing songs and scenes from plays in exchange for food and drink. This is according to the History Channel. So there's a couple of similar things that are kind of like our modern day trick-or-treating. So, all right. Paul Eichenlaub, welcome in. Thanks for being here, everybody. We're going over the top 15 Halloween facts because it's time. It's time to talk about Halloween. I'm wearing my Disney Halloween party shirt from 2019. Oh, wrong side. Everything's backwards. Anyway. Okay, moving on. So that was what is that? That was 14. Oh, we got a lot to go. So here we go. That's that. Number 13, trick-or-treating as we know it was repopularized by cartoons. So, wait a minute, that's not... Oh, that's Hallowmas. Sorry. What am I doing? This is a depiction of Hallowmas, whatever that is. All right, so this is what I meant to show. I forgot I had 2 images for that one. Okay, so trick-or-treating was brought to America by the Irish and became popular during the early 20th century, but died out during World War II when sugar was rationed. After the rationing ended in 1947, children's magazine Jack and Jill, radio program The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, and the Peanuts comic strip all helped to repopularize the tradition of dressing up in costumes and asking for candy from door to door. I wasn't familiar with Jack and Jill, but here it is. And this one, I think this issue is from 1953, the year after this says. By 1952, trick-or-treating was hugely popular again. So, was it because of Jack and Jill magazine, or was it because sugar was back? Or maybe both. But yeah, I don't know when this Peanuts I know it says 1031 there, but I don't know what year this came out. Charlie Brown looks a little bit different there, so I figured, no, this might be older. I think I might be right. I just don't know when. Anyway, so that was that, and Jack and Jill magazine. All right, moving on. Number 12. Candy wasn't given out to trick-or-treaters until the 1950s. Can I just say, I got my information from 2 different sources. So the previous fact, now that I'm going over it, I know it seems like I do a lot of research, but it's I cut corners. This one makes it seem like candy, like sugar, wasn't a big deal until after the war. And the previous fact led me to believe that it was once popular before the war, and then they had to ration sugar, and then they had to come back. Anyway, let's just see what this says. So this is candy wasn't given out to trick-or-treaters until the 1950s. Let's see what it says, because I just copy and paste most of this stuff. Halloween simply wouldn't be the same without candy bars to sweeten the day. But there was a time when trick-or-treaters didn't receive candy at all, but rather pieces of cake, fruit, nuts, coins, and little toys, according to the History Channel. It wasn't until the 1950s when candy makers began to promote their goods for Halloween. That candy became a staple on the trick-or-treating circuit. These days, 1/4 of all the candy sold in the U.S. each year is purchased for Halloween. So, I guess these facts, they complement each other. There wasn't anything in here that was contradictory necessarily. I'm going to stand by my copying and pasting. Let's see. The Orlando guy, welcome in. Rachel, welcome in to you as well. Thanks for being here, everybody. Richard says, Halloween, the festival of Samhain, the last great one, took place 3,000 years ago, and the hills ran red with the blood of animals and children. Richard, I really need to proofread these things before I read them aloud. Anyway, he's quoting Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, the best of the Halloween films. I just made that up. I've never seen it. Is that the one that involves television? I think I might be right about that. I will see. Number 11. All right, here we go. Number 11 on my list of Halloween facts. The fear of Halloween is called Samhainophobia. Many people enjoy embracing the spooky spirit of Halloween, but for some, the fear is not all in good fun. Some people suffer from Samhainophobia, or the fear of Halloween, according to Newsweek. Now that you've learned about the origins of Halloween, you can probably guess that the word comes from Samhain, the Gaelic festival that inspired Halloween, that we've already talked about. Again, I suppose if I were writing all of these things myself and not copying and pasting, I could have streamlined this a little bit better. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I'd rather do this because it takes less time, and I don't have a lot of time, but I like doing this. Okay, here we go. So that was number 11, Samhainophobia. Number 10, let's see. Why did I download this image? Oh, I know why. Okay. Number 10, the moniker Halloween comes from the Catholics. That's a church. That's why I did it. Hallowmas. Oh, here we go. I'm going to explain what Hallowmas is. I thought maybe I had done that, but I couldn't remember. Oh, well. Hallowmas is a 3-day Catholic holiday where saints are honored and people pray for the recently deceased. At the start of the 11th century, it was decreed by the Pope that it would last from October 31st, which is All Hallows Eve, until November 2nd. Most likely because that's when Samhain was celebrated, and the church was trying to convert the pagans. All Hallows Eve then evolved into All Hallows Even, and by the 18th century, it was commonly referred to as Halloween. I guess because even was too long. I don't know. I can't explain why people do things okay. So Halloween, the moniker anyway, the name Halloween comes from All Hallows Eve. We kind of knew that, which was then shortened to All Hallows Even. Actually, it was lengthened, wasn't it? All Hallows Eve, All Hallows Even. Why did that evolution take place? More research to be done, but not by me. And by the 18th century, it was shortened to Halloween apostrophe N. Halloween. Halloween. All right. Fascinating. That was number 10. So number 9. Here we go. Cooking with gas. I might throw in a few Smarties for good measure. I'm down with Smarties. Giving out unwrapped circus peanuts and Necco wafers for Halloween. We live 2 blocks from a pizzeria. And as a kid, we would trick or treat down to that pizzeria. And we'd go in, and the owner would be behind the counter, and we'd say trick or treat. And it's a candy counter, by the way. It's a counter in a restaurant in the 70s that was glass, and he'd have certs and Tic Tacs and chewing gum and other candy in there. So you go into this pizzeria, and there's candy in the counter. So we'd go in there, trick or treat, and he'd smile, and he'd get out a pack of chewing gum, and he'd give each kid a stick of chewing gum. A stick of chewing gum. Which is funny. It's kind of an endearing Halloween memory now. But he had all that candy. You know what I mean? Stick of chewing gum. Okay, we're moving on to number 9. This is about candy corn. Candy corn was originally known as chicken feed, and that's in quotes. So, invented by George Renninger, a candy maker at the Wonderly Candy Company of Philadelphia in the 1880s, candy corn was originally called buttercream candies and chicken feed. Since back then, corn was commonly used as food for livestock. They even had a rooster on the candy boxes. It had no association with Halloween or fall and was sold seasonally from March to November. After World War II, advertisers began marketing it as a special Halloween treat due to its colors and ties to the fall harvest. Candy corn has always been divisive, but according to CandyStore.com's most recent top 10 worst Halloween candies list, more people hate it than love it. Consumers voted candy corn the worst Halloween candy in the country in 2019 and in 2020. To be fair, though, it also made the 2020 top 10 best Halloween candies list. What was the favorite candies, you may ask? Last year, according to CandyStore.com, Skittles were the top candy. Not on my list. Followed by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, definitely, and Starburst. Yeah, I can get on board with Starburst too. But Skittles are just too. I That's just, they're sugar balls. I don't like it. I mean, they're okay, but I'm giving the Skittles away. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah, Snickers, definitely. I like candy corn. It's all right. I'll have a few every year, every Halloween, but I'm not going to. I don't crave it. Those are just sugar balls too, by the way. Really. But they're better. They're not candy coated like a Skittle is. What? Oh, that was my old. Oh, I'm leaning on something. No, it's off. Here, look at this for a second. What happened? Oh, there we go. I'm back. Okay. My keyboard, the arm of my chair, I was pressing again. It happened again. It just happened again. There it is. Oh, boy. Where are we? Number 8. Okay, so, yeah, Skittles, no. Reese's Cups, yes. Starburst, yes. Candy corn, Reese's needs to ask for a recount. I couldn't agree more. Richard's just here for the caramel apples. You ever have the caramel apple suckers? I haven't had one in a long time, but those used to be good. Little lollipops. Rob Fuzz is back. We are counting down. Oh, wait. My top 15 Halloween facts. Okay, so we're at number 8. All right, how about this? Here we go. Number 8, we should carve turnips, not pumpkins. The origin of jack-o'-lanterns comes from a Celtic folktale of a stingy farmer named Jack. Here's Jack, right here. Well, that's not really him, but you know what I mean. Who would constantly play tricks on the devil. Those Celtic people. The devil responded by forcing him to wander purgatory with only a burning lump of coal from hell. That's kind of a cool story. Jack took the coal and made a lantern from a turnip, using it to guide his lost soul. The myth was brought over by Irish families fleeing the potato famine in the 1800s, and since turnips were hard to come by in the U.S., America's pumpkins were used as a substitute to guide lost souls and keep evil spirits like Jack of the Lantern away. So he's an evil spirit too. But he's responsible. He's just anyway, doesn't matter. But that first picture I showed, these are turnips. People do carve turnips, I guess. They're not very big, and I will say, with the proper coloring, those could look pretty cool. Look at that one in the bottom middle. Yes. That's a lot of work, though. I just like cutting the triangles in there, and a really wide smile on my jack-o'-lanterns, and then I'm good. Back to Stingy Jack, though. That's I like that story. The Irish knew what they were doing with their folklore. All right. What time is it? 7:44. I'm actually doing good on time. Actually, I may go the whole hour. How about that? I didn't expect that. So number 7, here we go. All right, getting that ready. Number 7. Halloween and the candy industry supposedly influenced daylight savings time. Candy makers supposedly lobbied to extend daylight savings time into the beginnings of November to get an extra hour of daylight so children could collect even more candy, thus forcing people to purchase more candy to meet the demand. This sounds cynical, but it's probably accurate. I don't know. Whatever. Am I cynical? Maybe. They wanted it so badly that during 1985 hearings on daylight savings, they put candy pumpkins on the seat of every senator, according to NPR. The candy industry disputes this account, according to the New York Times. Well, those are conflicting stories. Again, I didn't write it. I just copy and paste stuff that I can read to you, because that's easier. But how about that pumpkin? How about that jack-o'-lantern with the clock there? Yeah, that's too much. I can't devote that much time to a jack-o'-lantern. I'd like to, I mean, that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's too much. And then too intricate. I don't want to. It's just too delicate. I can't. Oh, well. But I'm glad other people do. Oh, well. All right, number 6. Let's get to it. Number 6. Fears of poisoned Halloween candy are unfounded. Or candy with razor blades. Those rumors and fears are unfounded. One of parents' biggest fears is that their child's Halloween candy is poisoned or contains razor blades. In reality, this fear is almost entirely unfounded. There are only 2 known cases of poisoning, and both involved relatives, according to Live Science. In 1970, a boy died of a heroin overdose. His family did something they weren't supposed to be doing. Let's see. These are morbid. Let me do some editing here on the fly. Oh, and the second one, 1974. So both of these were in the 70s, which would explain why my parents searched my candy. A child died eating a pixie stick that was laced with cyanide, again by a family member. I won't get into details, but those aren't good stories. Sorry about that. So I'm going to move on real quick. But, Donna said Sherry from PTV could probably make a pumpkin like that. I need to challenge her to do that. No, she does so much. But you're probably right. She's awesome. Let's see. Let's move on from the sad story. Where am I? Over here. Okay, here we go. Number 5. In a few states, the night before Halloween is known as Mischief Night. Where am I looking? The night before Halloween is known as Mischief Night. It wasn't for me, but it is for some. Let's read on here. By the way, this is a map of the United States, of course, and what different people call the night before Halloween. As you look at that, I will read on. On this unofficial holiday, kids pull pranks like toilet papering yards and smashing pumpkins. The holiday is mostly celebrated in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, where it's known as Mischief Night, and Michigan, where it's called Devil's Night. That's what I'm familiar with. We called it Devil's Night. And it got so bad in the Detroit area that I remember the mayor of Detroit at the time, Dennis Archer. I don't know if he spearheaded this, but he was certainly there. It was an effort. This was the night before Halloween, so the night of October 30th. And in the Detroit area, or Detroit rather, there would be more fires on Devil's Night than on any other night of the year. People would light stuff on fire. And it got so bad in the 80s that in the 90s that there was an effort to have a massive Detroit-wide neighborhood watch program going on. They labeled it Angels Night. And I don't know if they still do that. But I don't think Devil's Night is what it used to be, which is great news. But on a more gentle note, you would TP neighbors' trees or toilet paper their trees. You would soap their car windows, throw eggs at houses. Stuff like that was the norm. And then there was the higher level stuff that they really had to crack down on. It got bad. Anyway, it was called Devil's Night in our area. And where's that map? This map, you can kind of see, if you know where Detroit is on the map of Michigan there, and I'm looking at it, and it looks yellow. And according to this map, Devil's Night is blue, which looks like it's in the thumb of Michigan. But I assure you, I have never called it anything but Devil's Night. So that blue should be, in my book, the entire state of Michigan there. Anyway, what was I saying? Donna is. Donna says I call it All Hallows Eve. I'm from New England originally. Maybe it's a New England thing. Well, that's not one of the colors, but it looks a lot of New England. is either red, I have no word for this, or yellow, which is other, and you would fall under other. So that tracks. So yes, indeed. My mom says they still do in Detroit. They still do what? They still do Angels Night? Do they still do that? Cabbage Night sounds ominous. Yeah, Cabbage Night was elsewhere. I don't remember. Was that a New England thing too? Cabbage Night in places of in New England? I'm not sure. Sebastian grew up in Pennsylvania and absolutely had Mischief Night. Wow. Richard called it buy your candy at the last minute night. Absolutely. Where you get the best deals, right, Richard? No. Tina also, that's all Hallows Eve. But All Hallows Eve is Halloween to the rest of us. Oh, well. That's interesting, though. That's kind of cool. Well, they still patrol, my mom says. So in the city of Detroit, it's still a concern, and they're still doing Angels Night, I guess, which is better. All right, there's that. We're done with that piece of paper. Okay, next, number 4. All right, do I still have pictures here? I think I do. Yes. Here we go. A full moon on Halloween is extremely rare. Though a common trope in horror movies and Halloween decorations with witches flying across the full moon, last year's full moon on Halloween was the first since it was the first since 2001, and before that it was in 1955. As you know, Halloween always occurs on October 31st. It's only the day of the week that changes from year to year. Given that a lunar cycle, the time it takes for the moon to go through one full cycle of its phases, lasts about 29 and a half days. If there is a full moon on Halloween, it will also be the second full moon in October, and therefore a blue moon. And the picture I've chosen, well, I don't know if that's artificially colored or whatever, but that moon looks blue. And I'm pretty sure that was photoshopped that way. Was the full moon last year on Halloween the first since 1944? And not 1955? And wasn't there a full moon on Halloween in 1993, which was a key plot point in the Disney movie Hocus Pocus, which was set in 1993? What am I saying? That was a mouthful. Anyway, the answer to all those questions, and I know you probably don't remember the questions, but the answer to all those questions is it depends on where you live. Between 1900 and 2100, the years, the moon was or will be full somewhere on Earth on Halloween just a dozen times, according to NASA. Those years are, there was a full moon on Halloween in 1906, 1925, 1944, 1955, 1974, 1993, 2001, 2020, last year. The next ones will be in 2039, 2058, 2077, and 2096. So, yeah, rare indeed. So why are people saying the last year's full moon was the first since 1944? Let me show you this again so you don't have to look at me reading. In 2001, people in the Central and Pacific time zones trick-or-treated by the light of a full moon. The Farmer's Almanac explains, but a Halloween full moon hadn't appeared for everyone in all time zones since 1944, and there you have it. On average, the moon is full on Halloween. Did that explain it? I read that, and I don't... Hang on. So the one in 1955 wasn't for everybody, but the one in 1944 was for everybody, I guess. All right, back to this. On average, the moon is full on Halloween every 19 years, a period known as the Metonic cycle, used for centuries to construct lunisolar calendars. and to calculate the date of Easter, according to NASA. So even if the moon wasn't technically full where you live in 2001 or in 1993, it probably looked full and was plenty spooky. So in 1993, there was a full moon for some, and for others, it looked full but wasn't truly a full moon. So Hocus Pocus is still a true story, is what I'm led to believe. No? Okay. Don't confuse full moon with blue moon, which is the second full moon in 1 month. That's correct. Ben, welcome in. Let's go. Let's see. Let me get some pictures ready here. There. And there. And there. All right, so we're to number 3. I only got a few minutes, so let's make this quick. All right. The song Monster Mash was briefly banned in the UK. It was released, the song, in 1962 by Bobby Boris Pickett. Let's see, reading through all of this. It was number 1 for us in the United States in October of that year. The perennially Halloween favorite didn't become a graveyard smash in the UK until it was re-released there in 1973. The BBC had banned the record from airplay in 1962 on the grounds that the song was, quote, too morbid. Oh, come on. Anyway, it was re-released in the United Kingdom in 1973, where it peaked at number 3. All right, how about that? Moving on, number 2. There aren't a lot of Halloween songs, really. There's that one. There's This Is Halloween from Nightmare Before Christmas. And after that, you're really stretching. It's not like Christmas, where there's a million songs. We need more Halloween songs, is what I'm saying. Musicians out there, get on it, because there's a need there. Number 2, Harry Houdini died on Halloween in 1926. And I'm going to cut this short. We all know who Houdini was. He died on Halloween in 1926. He was rushed to the hospital after a performance in Detroit. That was on October 24th, but he died a week later. Other notable people to have died on October 31st are actor River Phoenix. He died in 1993. Director Federico Fellini also died in 1993. Baseball Hall of Famer Willie McCovey died in 2018 on Halloween. And just last year, legendary Hollywood actor Sean Connery. How about that? All right, last one. Perfect. Here we go. Oh, technically it was Boris Pickett and the Crypt Kickers. You're right, I did read that. Let me just say this. When I was copying and pasting my 15 facts, my number 1 was the same as another one. But luckily I had a bonus one, and it's super quick, which is perfect for this. My number 1 Halloween fact, and it's kind of not Halloween. Anyway, Disney's Hocus Pocus was originally called Halloween House. The Halloween favorite was initially intended to be more scary than funny. But Halloween House sounds like a Disney Channel movie. So by going with Hocus Pocus, I think they made the right call there. Anyway, that's my top 15 list. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Haunted House was a song. I don't know that one. I'll look it up. So, thank you to Dean from The Live Place, theliveplace.com. Check it out if you're interested in more family-friendly live streams. I don't know if this is accurate, but I like to show it every week. The rest of the Tuesday night lineup in our Disney community here, 8 p.m. Mouse Talk. Melissa and Walt usually do a live stream either from Walt Disney World or at home. I don't know. And sometimes they don't do it on Tuesday because they're doing it on Wednesday. Whatever. Anyway, check it out. Maybe they're doing it. They probably are. They usually do it on Tuesday. 9 p.m., the Viapre Project. And at 10 p.m., the Hitchhiking Bones. They were here, and they do a great Disney-themed live stream at 10 p.m. on Tuesdays. Rob Fuzz, live streaming all the time. King of the Disney Retro Videos. Those are a blast. Check those out. The Disney Nerd Herders. Nerds! They have a Wednesday night live stream, so tomorrow at 7 p.m., check them out. D&G Explorers. right after the Nerd Herders at 8 p.m., they talk about cruising and Disney, and they just got back from Walt Disney World and celebrating the Walt Disney World 50th anniversary. So I can't wait to hear what they have to say about that. Pepper Tree Villa goes live on Mondays at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. Magic of the Mouse Radio, Bill was here earlier. It is a 24-hour Disney internet radio station, and it's really cool. Sometimes you hear my voice on there as well, but it's Disney music from movies and podcasts from people that you may know in our Disney community. And I'll stop there, but there might be another channel on the way. And Pete McDevitt goes live 3 times a day. I don't know if that's accurate, but he's probably live streaming the wild card, American League wild card Yankees Red Sox game tonight. So if you're into sports, check out Pete's channel. But he also does a lot of Disney stuff as well. October 23rd is our tentative date for Five Foolish Mortals. It's me, Derek, and Gregory from D&G Explorers, Ben from Pepper Tree Villa, and Charlie from the Disney Nerd Herders. And we're going to get together, and I think we might do some Halloween crafting or pumpkin carving or cooking or whatever. I don't care what we do as long as we do it. It's always great fun. Thank you so much, everybody. Happy October. I'm going to see what Mouse Talk has going on. Hopefully they have a live stream. I can hear my lightning and thunder LED projectors going off, and that makes me happy. I will see you next week, next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern for another live stream. Ending broadcast. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great week.